I've got a theory, Phil, and I'd love to share it with you. So this is how I communicate recruitment to customers, which is recruitment's very simple, not easy, but it's simple.
Mm,
I think there's four types of people that businesses need, particularly startups.
right.
You've got adders and multipliers, and then you have
Mm,
subtractors and dividers. And very
wow.
simply, above the line, we're generating value and money and revenue. Below the line, we're pulling away. And what you've
Yeah.
described to me in terms of like if a bad apple or the wrong fit, often that can just be you've made a mistake. The person doesn't have the capability, they don't have the collaboration, they don't have the kind of like the ownership that they need to be successful. They're just a subtractor. Sometimes people are very high will, very high skill. So skill will
Mm,
matrix breaks in this model, but they're just against the values. They're moving away. They divide. They create factions and structures. And then sometimes you get someone that's really solid, does the job, understands it well. They're an adder. We need a few of those. But where the mecca is this growth mindset, high ownership, high entrepreneurialism, innovative, self-aware, executor to a high degree is the multiplier. And that's what you need, particularly in your level and then in your key positions in the pitch.
Yeah, it's interesting. I've never seen that before. Everything changes in life, the environment, your body, your mind, and your circumstances. You might have somebody who suddenly have kids, have different priorities. Somebody gets sick, somebody has mental health issues, which we know is growing in more and more because also of that culture fit, because of that lack of purpose, of impact, and depending on what your values are. And you can have an 80% match, but 6 months later, something happens in that person's life or in that organization's life where there's an acquisition or there's suddenly a wave of layoffs, there's people in the team leaving. The whole dynamics, the glue of the team can change so rapidly.